Good morning, everyone. This is Biz Chicks TV. This is the place to find tips and tools to help you do business better. We're here to help you run a profitable business that's fun to run and to take the hassle out of your hustle. And today is Friday, so we are here with the Tech Diva Weekly. Hey, and tech life is on fire. We are talking about all the wonderful things that happened in 2019. I'm here with my co-host, Miss Francine Gregory, real estate entrepreneur and tech diva. And all the way from New York City, we have TJ online. How you doing, Terry? Great. And I'm Carolina from California Cover Up, so we're the Biz Chicks. We are looking forward to talking to you about tech in English. So sit back, hydrate, and join the conversation. What's up today, ladies?
Well,
Just getting ready for the end of the decade.
right. Just kind of sprucing stuff up, getting positioned. Yeah, I found another little thing. We normally do this day in tech history. Let's see, this day in technology. .net is out, but that was like, ooh, this web. Okay, TJ, this is one of them stories that you're probably going to cover in social media. Um, the person has this website, but they haven't. Where this is on Twitter, they haven't posted anything since 2011.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
Yeah, yeah, and
Wow.
they joined in 2011,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm like, oh, I guess I'm not going to get anything over there because this is outdated. So that's one of the things that Twitter was
Mm-hmm.
talking about. Um, trying to recover accounts that have just been lying dormant.
Mm-hmm.
Mm-hmm.
Nobody using them, and this is
Right.
a good one. But he came up in
No.
search because I was searching for tech history, and it
Yes.
popped up. But there's
However, well, I do have a video I'd like to share while you're doing that. If you have time, you want
sure
me to
Yeah.
just go ahead and let me get my screen going here.
if it's got audio,
Share.
make sure you check the box that has audio so that we can hear it.
Oh, okay. So you have to check it. Okay.
Yeah. Audio. Share audio, I think it's called.
Yeah.
Yes, but there's no box here. It's
It's a
just an
little
icon.
button at the bottom.
Oh, okay. So let's see. I'm here on I'm on the tab, and you said, "Oh, I see the box."
It's at the bottom.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. And I'm gonna go here.
Make it big.
And
Go, before you push that, go over to the right. Okay, good. Now you can hit play. Okay, cool.
okay, ready?
3D
Yep.
printed community is officially underway thanks to this industrial sized soft serve machine. I'm just kidding. You do not want to eat that. Meet the Vulcan 2. This 3D printer was made by a company called Icon. It weighs nearly 2 tons and can churn out an entire house in just 24 hours of print time. I wanted to learn more about this machine and what it could mean for the global housing crisis, so I spoke with Icon's co-founder and chief technology officer, Alex LaRue.
What we've been able to do is create something that you just set up once on a foundation. You hook it up to our Magma system. This is our material delivery system that we've built in-house, and then you're off to the races. 3 people can operate the Magma and the Vulcan, so 3 people in total for both machines, and then you're printing a house.
We saw the Vulcan 1 earlier this year in Austin, Texas, where it printed the world's first 3D printed home to be awarded a construction permit. The Vulcan 2 features some significant upgrades, including an app for tablet-based controls, more reliable, consistent, and speedy printing, as well as a secret concrete-based mix called Lavacrete.
When you've seen concrete.
Oh, and pause.
I think Terry.
It stopped.
Yeah. Okay. Well, how about we talk about that because the world's first 3D printer
Wow. I mean, 3D printing it's just grown leaps and bounds from where it started with printing little plastic things, and now and they're using 3D printing in medicine, and they're looking at all. It's 3D printing is just wow. That's all I can say. So now they're doing a house.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
they did a house before,
Mm-hmm.
and they did a full-fledged house, and now that they were taking it up a notch, I'm like, that would solve a great deal of problems for a lot of people in housing, because if you have the land and you just pay whatever it was, I think it was less than $10,000 for them to print the house.
Mm-hmm.
Now it's not gonna have, it ain't gonna be a McMansion.
It'll be a mansion, but it's a shelter.
It's a
Yeah.
house.
When there's
It's
cold
amazing.
and rain and cold, you're comfortable inside.
Did you see the actual house, guys?
Yeah, we saw it.
Yeah, the
Finished product. Okay.
So but the situation was that it was a house
Complete.
to actually live in.
Complete. And they are partnering with a nonprofit in Mexico, and they actually built an entire community. So they are popping up neighborhoods, and it's 24 hours to build a house?
Yeah, 24 hours. So there's, do I do mortgages now? Carlos has got jokes this morning. I do mortgages now.
Hey,
That is affordable housing. And
we have a real issue in California.
well, it's not okay. So it's an issue everywhere.
Mhm.
So the point being is we need to keep it where it's affordable, where people can, okay, what's the true cost of you buying a house that way? And if they can keep the cost down so people don't get, where they start getting greedy,
Mm-hmm.
because greed ruins everything.
Yes, it does.
Oh, no, Carlos says seriously, he works.
Seriously. Okay.
Hey, Jerry. So I think it's an excellent idea.
I think it's a thing that whose time has come,
Mm-hmm.
and
Right.
it really is amazing.
So we're talking about housing for the homeless. You can print a community. Donald is here. Hey, Donald. You can print a whole community of homes for people that need shelter. Now, there's some other things that go along with that, because some people prefer to live outside. That's what they said. So there, for those who just want to live outside, they just live outside. And then Donald, I use 3D printing for making prototypes. That is what 3D printing was initially meant for, but it's cool to see all of the new use cases. Merry Christmas, Donald.
Merry Christmas.
Amen.
I said it. We started with that. I said that this was cool how it started, and Donald said making little It made little prototypes, model for for architecture and architecture firms. They make the little models and stuff of make a prototype before you make the actual thing. So that's what the 3D printing was for. But now it's just grown to be this, who knows when you put this technology out where it goes, and it goes for something good.
Right. There are people who have used it for bad.
And they do.
They have had cases where they used it for not using it for good. They didn't use their powers for good, because you can make anything.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. With the 3D.
But they do plan to hopefully take this technology to build things on other planets, because I see Carlos says, I can't wait to print planets. Well, they plan to print on planets, which I think is interesting.
Okay, and we've talked about this before. We are not going to Mars. I'm just, y'all can get it together on Earth.
That's not on my agenda, but hey, there are people who Have already bought property.
Let's hope not.
Okay, because there's glitches in systems, right? We get glitches in systems here, like the case in point this morning. Oh, dude forgot to pay his domain name, and so okay, so we can't go to our source for certain things. What happens if you're, oh, I forgot to pay the Mars oxygen bill? They're just little things that can upset that whole project. Human error, lapses, judgment, lapses. Oh, wait.
Remember, speaking of that, remember in Hidden Figures where the I think it was John Glenn, the astronaut, he didn't want to go up until they checked the figures with I forgot her name.
What's her name? Oh my God. Carolyn. I mean,
yeah. He was like, "Did you check it with her first? I'm not going anywhere till you check it with her."
Till girlfriend looks at it, right?
Yeah, Catherine. Like, we need Catherine to check them numbers, please. He didn't trust the IBM computer that they couldn't even figure out how to get into the room.
Okay, was that hilarious or what?
No, these are people in NASA. You did not think to figure out.
Measure the door.
Can it get in the doorway? But you at NASA running the computer.
Trying to put me on the moon. Okay, I'm skeptical too.
We were made to breathe oxygen, and we were made for this planet right here.
And they're trying to mess it up, which I'm mad about, but we're not going to go into that. That's a whole what they're doing in the environment. So
yes, TJ, we're not going to let.
Because the EPA is rolling back stuff, and I'm just okay. I'm not even going to think about it.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
But I'll tell you one thing that may help you out. This planet is residual. I mean, there's some things that are happening that there's some protocols put in the planet that will keep it going. Do you understand what I mean? Because we breathe out carbon dioxide. This is our science lesson 101. Well, we breathe out carbon dioxide. The plants and everything take that. They use carbon dioxide and give us oxygen. So it's happening. It still works. That didn't break.
It's gonna work. It might be less people. Earth is going to turn. The Earth is here.
Yes. So anyway, the Earth is really resilient. It makes adjustments. Makes adjustments.
Oh yeah, that's the dinosaurs about that. Moving on, we're not going to talk about the environment.
Donald says told us to have fun on Mars.
No, we ain't not going to Mars. How do we get there? Because because of the different things that go on in tech that are not quite thought through. Is that the word?
Do you know that they were saying that, I don't know, this is but Tesla has an order for over 150,000 of those trucks. Remember the one?
and
they got that order, and they don't even plan to start manufacturing until 2021. And they have over 250,000 back orders. Here's the thing: the truck's really reasonable. It's $39,000. Isn't that less than an average Ford truck?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. See, they figured out a way to make it affordable. The aesthetics are I'm still working on the aesthetics.
Yeah, I think we'll get used to it.
But the truck is a truck. It has a bed, and it has everything that it's a truck. And it runs for what? How many miles?
Yeah. 250 to 500 miles?
It's 500 miles on a charge.
But if you're a smart business and your business uses trucks somehow, and landscaping and all kinds, get yourself one, wrap it up in your business, put your business stuff on it, drive it around.
Look at all the money you're going to save. That'll pay for the truck. You know, the gasoline.
Only 40,000. Look, that's less than the car.
Exactly. When I said,
Because he wants the
I
truck.
saw that this month at 39,000. No wonder it's on back order. I've seen some trucks advertised in the 50s. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, that price is really, that's really,
Yeah, you have to feed the other trucks. You got to feed them. So,
And we're not using fossil fuel you're using electricity.
Mm-hmm.
and I read an article about how there's a lot of plans to put up new charging stations to take both chargers. Evidently, there's some kind of difference in the type of hookup,
There are,
and there's a company that is out to solve that problem.
yeah, because there is not a one type charger.
Hmm.
Tesla
A
has
universal thing.
Tesla has their own connector.
Exactly.
Okay, because I drive a Nissan Leaf until I get my Tesla, just to tell you that. Okay, and there's two different types of chargers. There's
Let me see if I can find the article.
a Tatamo, and then there's a Type 2 charger. But then
Yeah.
Tesla has their own, where if you're driving a Tesla, they give you an adapter so that if you need to charge a charging station that is not theirs, you can still charge.
Okay.
But
So there's an article here on The Verge, babe, about it.
go ahead.
It says the Tesla vehicles can soon be charged at Vigo charging stations in the U.S. So evidently that's another type of charging station
Yes,
plan.
because people know. Okay, so here's the thing: Vigo is a company that offers charging stations, but you pay them.
Hmm.
Okay,
And they are forming a alliance. It says here the Evo charging company said it will partner with Elon Musk's company to install Tesla's proprietary connections at some of the 750 public charging stations they have nationwide. But they plan to, and down in the article it talks about how this is going to accelerate. They're going to,
okay, yes,
and
but
even Walmart is going to have it. Says Electrify America, a subsidiary of Volkswagen, announced earlier this year that it plans to install EV charging stations at more than 100 Walmarts in 34 states. ChargePoint, which operates one of the world's largest charging networks, said it is targeting a nearly 50-fold increase by the middle of the next decade. 2.5 million charging stalls by 2025, up from a network of around 53,000 currently. So they're going to give you charging stations, Fran.
but the charging stations are fine, but they're different charges. I went to EVgo, and it wasn't easy to charge because they only had one that was compatible to the car that I'm driving.
Mm-hmm.
Also, it wasn't easy they wanted you to sign up, subscribe, and then put a certain amount of money on the card.
Pay as you go.
Yeah, I don't want you in my wallet like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to be able, if I'm going to pay, tap and go. Now, Electrify America has charging stations here in Sacramento at Delta Shores. They've got two of them, or three stations. They're free, absolutely free. At the Arden Fair Mall, they have charging stations that are absolutely free. They have advertising on them, so while you plugging up or whatever, while you're at the mall, you get 2 to 3 hours time to charge.
Mm-hmm.
And Donald says it will become standardized over time, just like gas stations. You don't have to go to a specific gas station to get gas.
Right.
And I'm thinking, is this a good time to invest in charging stations? Because
I would think so.
That if I was a gas station, I would have a charging station at my gas station.
Mm-hmm.
It's a no-brainer. People,
you have to look ahead and say, oh, what?
And people have to hang out while they charge.
Yeah.
It's sort of like up and down the highway. In Pennsylvania, they used to have big boys, and people would stop at Eden Park, and they would eat while they were filling up and doing different things. I mean, you're there for at least a few minutes or more, because I'm looking at this article, and it seems like they can supercharge things now in like maybe 5 minutes versus, 30 minutes, depending on where you go and the type of station. But eventually they'll probably get this down. But at any rate, when you pull in a gas station, the kids want something.
Yeah. So if you're smart, you get the charger, call it a charging bar, and have, like a coffee bar.
Yeah, charging bar. Plug in here, get some. Hey Omar.
Starbucks combined with the charging station and make it a whole experience.
And the charging stations that are here in Delta Shores, they're strategically placed near Starbucks.
See,
so you plug in.
That kind of partnership makes sense.
Yeah, that's what they're going to combine and make it a charging bar and make, coffee and tea and little just like everything that's in Starbucks.
So that is it's an excellent idea, and I'm going to have to look into that, Terry. We shall talk.
We should talk.
It's an excellent opportunity if somebody can jump on that, because it's a necessary thing. We are not going back from this.
Right. And things like this, when you pay attention to trends and things that are happening in tech, you get ideas for, is someone making a charging bar? That's an idea. Then so go off and make it. And that's how people are thinking, well, what kind of business can I start? Or everything's done. You know what I mean? They go, everything under the sun is done. No, it's not. That you can repackage it or reformulate or something to fit how people want to spend their time and do things now. So that's why we're talking about the charging bar. It makes sense.
Right. Can you imagine, even if you were like if we're going up I-5, there's a part of I-5 where there's not a lot of stuff. Even if you just had a kiosk, one of them little wagons that you can buy food and stuff.
Yeah.
Up over there and start selling, because somebody got to come and charge.
Yes.
Oh, like park your food truck.
Yeah, park your food truck. Yeah, there you go.
I mean, and if if you don't have the resources to do a full brick and mortar, a food truck will do.
Yeah, food trucks have grown in popularity over the last, I would say, 5 or 6 years, or maybe longer. It has grown into like this big thing. I know it's bigger on the West Coast than it is here, but we do have food trucks. It's not a lot of space for it, but I think, did you have areas where everybody parks their food truck in the area?
They'll go to a park here. They will park the truck, and then they and I think they got the idea from the East Coast, Terry, where TJ, where they will text people and say, hey, we're over at blah blah blah. People come and flock to get the food. And or they are called in when there's a special event and something they have in trucks, instead of you trying to bring a whole catering company in. The food trucks come in and provide the food.
Right.
I think it's an excellent idea.
It is.
And
but you have to, pay attention to the trends. That's why I always talk about the trends of what Gen Z is doing, or millennials or boomer, whatever the trend is and what's going on in tech. You take all of that ideas and then you get an idea creatively to start a business that hasn't been done before. Because there's nothing new under the sun. That's not true. There's a lot of ideas going forth from here on out. Because
trends, you know that electricity, this was not the first attempt at an electric car. Ford wanted to do an electric car. He originally wanted to do electric, but the people of the time thought they wanted to do combustion, despite the fact that the electric was a lot safer than the combustion. It was a bunch of politics and some other stuff that pushed the gas powered. But Ford came out.
They don't want to be like fossil fuel petroleum companies. They're looking at it going, oh, if electric takes over, then where does that leave us?
Right. And he was just getting started with the Model T. But the people that were there, they all were pushing for that combustible stuff blowing up and all kind of stuff. I was like, really? And that is your weekend. Oh, that's your day in tech history. But the electric car came out back when Ford was trying to do the first car.
Right.
Well, there is a new startup for an electric car, and I've got is it Rivian? I don't know how to pronounce this. It's they just got $1.3 billion in funding. Let's see. Am I in this zone here?
Right there.
Can you see the headline?
Yeah.
Okay, but their SUVs are going to cost $70,000. That's why I think Tesla's on to something. I can get 2 Teslas.
because Tesla, the truck is 30,000. The car, the Model 3 is 30,000. This is a no-brainer because cars are now jumping up over 40, 50, 60,000.
Crazy. And 7 years of funding. That's a house.
And Tesla was popular right out the gate.
Right.
Yeah.
See, that thing just took off. Like, was the slowly building sales. No, people were like, yo, take my money.
Right. And
put me on the list.
Tesla did that. I'm gonna if this is repeating, I apologize, but they gave the tech to the other companies and said,
they did
this. They gave the tech to everybody, and there were some people who were like, no, we don't want to do that, and blah. Okay, whatever, do. And now they're coming in second and third, trying to do the electric technology when he gave it to you when they first started Tesla.
Yeah. Wow.
Oh my goodness, I don't know, but I know that this $70,000 truck's supposed to get 400 miles on a full battery, and they're being backed by this company's being backed by Ford. Who else is on here? Ford, Tesla. Which doesn't? No. Hold on, guys. I'll find who's backing them because I want to be specific.
Yeah. So.
Yeah, we don't want to get that wrong. I know that it's led by T. Rowe Price, so they've got this funding. It says $50 million investment from Ford, $350 million from Cox Automotive in September. So other companies are trying to jump on it so that they can be a part of this new startup.
Okay, yes, but it is 70,000 versus 30.
I hear you go. That's why I said I can get 2 Teslas.
I was like, so why are you at?
Well, Americans tend to just buy stuff. We don't really. As long as we can finance it, Fran, they'll
be the reason.
I don't understand why I got to pay double for the same car. Okay.
Technology. I don't know.
Okay, see, that's the Mars.
I'm from out of town. I'm just bringing the news. Don't shoot the mailman. Okay.
I got the 10. There's a article in Wired that talks about the 10 worst tech product launches of the 2010. So the last 10 years. Y'all ready?
Yeah.
It wasn't all unicorns and crypto kitties. From Apple's Antenna Gate to Juicero's Fruit Bomb, the decade offered up plenty of brutally expensive embarrassments. The 2010s are nearly in the books, and while the decade has seen its share of mega hits, the cloud, Chromebooks, Instagram, there was no shortage of utter floppery to go around. In fact, paring the list of tech disasters down to just 10 was hard for this company, as nearly every major tech company had at least one multi-million-dollar embarrassment.
Yep.
Fortunately, they didn't forget about that. So let's go. Fortunately, we didn't. To that end, we present our list of the 2010's biggest tech bombs, any of which would serve as the perfect response to one of the decade's big hits. Alexis, tell me a joke. Ready? Samsung Galaxy Note 7. Y'all remember that?
Was that on fire? With the battery?
Remember when airlines used to post signs that check-in warning travelers they were not Galaxy Note 7 tablet? on the plane because a bunch of them had exploded.
Yeah.
Mhm.
Those signs are still out there. Samsung's unintentional IED was recalled and banned from the skies less than a month after its 2016 release. Um, the Boeing 737 MAX, the only thing scarier than flying with a Galaxy Note 7 is flying on a plane that has had some
issues. That was terrible. I was so frightened. I was like, I'm looking through the planned flights, and I'm okay. No, no, you know what I mean? Because it does tell you what type of plane.
Right. And these anyway, tech is good, but tech needs to be managed well by the people running the tech. Google Plus, its tendency in social networking had its tenants anyway. Clearly frustrated by the relentless rise of Facebook in 2011, the search giant launched Google Plus. For Google, it was the fourth try to at social. They had Google Wave, Google Buzz, and Orchid. Okay. Have you guys remembered any of that? Okay. And while the network saw some initial excitement, it quickly fell into disuse because, well, it was useless. They kept talking about Google Plus. Kept largely vacant network running for 8 years. Okay, there's something called Google Shoelace. What's that, TJ? Are you?
What happened?
Google Shoelace.
Google Shoelace.
Shoelace? I haven't heard of that.
Oh, wasn't that when it was like a thread? It was you could start a thread.
Shoelace is supposed to take over for Google Plus.
And it allowed you to have a thread with your friends.
Why?
The thing about Google, they will make a product and they just let it just wither on the vine, Google Plus, and they did something. They've had a couple other things before the way they want people to have conversations and stuff. So I'm thinking Google Shoelace, that's probably another thing that, oh, let's do this, and they get excited about it, and then they just walk away from it when it's like, oh, we're not interested in that anymore, and they just move on to like making the next thing. I'm thinking like Google Shoelace, Google Thread, Google this, Google, they're always.
It is actually an app.
Really?
Yeah. Google testing a new social networking app, Shoelace, in NYC. That was 5 months ago. Now nobody talked to me.
It was sort of like Messenger for Google. You know what I mean? You could do things with your friends and have an offline conversation, if I recall.
Yeah, they're all
Did I get that?
testing. They had a Google Duo. They had a Google this. And they just kind of drop it. They just make stuff and they play with it and then they drop it and move to the next thing.
Like little kids?
Yes.
Okay.
I'm tired of playing with this. Okay, let me play with the box.
Gov that the site went down, but then that's because they tried to go budget route and didn't put some people back there in the infrastructure. What did you tell us, TJ? They went with the lowest bidder on the lowest bidder site to build the site, and then when it crashed, they want to know why.
Because Google was trying. I think the Duo was their answer to Messenger, where you could call and face to face and message, and now it's like Google what? You don't even hear anybody talk about it. So they're always coming up with, let's do this, let's do that, social media wise or social connectivity wise, and then 6 months later, it's like there's no support behind it. They kind of just drop it.
I think that the deal on that app was that Android and iOS couldn't talk. And so on this one, the app sort of filled that void to allow you to talk to anybody. And so that was supposed to be the draw. But before they could really get off the ground, it was resolved.
Okay, fine.
But Google, the complaint. People have complained a long time about Google will, put this new thing together. Because before Google Plus, there was another, I can't remember the name of it. Maybe Carlos, if he's still here, he remembers. It was Wave or Waze. I don't remember what it was. It was
on here too.
Google Plus before Google Plus.
Wave. Yeah, there was Google Wave.
Yeah.
And then there was Buzz
Mm-hmm.
and Orchid. Don't ask me what Orchid is.
Okay.
So another thing was the healthcare.gov site. It went down.
Yep.
2 hours afterwards, but that's because they didn't pick the right people to do that.
Spent millions. I mean, millions on that thing.
Yeah. Microsoft Windows RT. Microsoft began its quest to get Windows to run on everything with 2012's Windows RT, a stripped down operating system that launched along with the original Surface. But the Windows endemic bloat and the streamlined needs of a ARM-based mobile devices simply didn't mix. So apparently they tried to create something that would run on your phone and on your your desktop.
Who tries it? Now, do they stick with it? That's another story. But they will try it. And like you said, it's a kid that plays with the toys, and like a month or two later, they're like, "Oh, I'm tired of this. What's next?"
Right. The Amazon Fire Phone.
Hello, I'm trying to remember that.
I don't recall that.
They
had a phone
platform in 2014.
Go ahead.
It was like, what? Seriously?
Yeah, that's
wait,
pretty...
this is bad. They said in 2014 they launched it. It didn't sell, and then 6 weeks later, within 6 weeks, they slashed the cost of the phone to 99 cents. It still didn't sell.
Where was I when they had the 99 cents sale? I got some grandkids who would love to have had the phone.
I'm thinking, all of this, and you know what this shows you, that technology changes hands so fast and turnover so fast that things are done, and that's why we do the show on, the tech show on Friday, because there are things that need to be talked about that you go, oh well, that we already knew about that, but it could change, over time, fast, and it could be months, it could be weeks, could be days, could be hours.
Wow.
You gotta be
asking about the Fire Stick. Gary is asking, anybody know about the Amazon Fire Stick? Because I do use it.
It works like the Roku. It plugs into the TV.
What do you want to know, Jerry, about the Fire Stick? Because it looks like a USB stick, like a drive.
And you stick it in there, but it has programming for Amazon, right?
Yeah, and then people were jailbreaking it and doing other things with it for streaming. I think Amazon fixed that, so they can't go, under.
Okay, I'm not sure what you mean by jailbreaking.
They
scared me with that term. Go ahead.
Jailbreaking is just a term that it comes from, like with the iPhone. Okay, it came from iPhone. iPhone is a closed iOS system, right? So you can't come from outside of it and try to make it do what you want to do with like Android. So they have, some people have figured out how to go inside of the operating system, and they called it jailbreaking for iPhone, because iPhone specifically is closed.
Yeah.
System where Android and Windows, those are open source programming OSs, and you can write code to do what you want it to do that the original programmer did not do. So that's
and that could be reason why your phone don't work the way it's supposed to work.
Right.
When that is probably why we see so many different things happening in Android versus Apple. Like TJ said, Apple, you go in there and it's going to do whatever it was programmed.
You can't customize a lot of things on the programming side. I'm not talking about when you pick it up and use it. I'm talking about programming. Those guys love to go under the hood and say, "Oh, I don't like the way this works. Let me write some code jimmy it to make it do what I want. So you can do that on Android. You can't really do it on.
Oh.
Some people have figured it out, but you have to know what you're doing with the jailbreaking, because it can turn your phone into what they call a brick, which means it doesn't do anything. It's just a brick. So that's a little bit of
TikTok.
TikTok for the underground. But so that's what people were doing with the Fire Stick. They were fixing it, putting code and so they could do streaming and stuff that they weren't supposed to do.
Okay.
The last time I heard, Amazon changed the operating system on the stick to not, you won't be able to, jimmy the doors, so to speak.
Okay.
Break in and do what you want to do.
Did you all know that Netflix had a company called Quickster?
I think I remember hearing something about that.
I don't recall that. What did they do?
That's the DVD side of the business. And the company, it's easy for some to forget that the company spent a decade shipping DVDs to customers as its sole business. Chuffed its early successes in streaming, Netflix decided in 2011 to change its pricing from $10 a month for streaming and DVDs to $8 a month for each, a 60% price hike. Consumers reacted horribly, the stock tanked, and then
remember that.
Netflix apologized and inexplicably said it's my bad, I guess. Would split the two businesses entirely. DVD rentals would fall under a new Quickster brand, which meant customers would have to manage two separate queues and pay two separate bills. Quickster got squashed in less than a month, but the flub cost Netflix 800,000 subscribers, a massive drop at that time. Since then, the company has continued raising prices while slashing the size of its movie library and growing its subscriber base. Okay. Anyway, that's Quickster.
Okay. I didn't know it was separate because I can remember when they first started, I had a friend who, or a contestant in my life, who subscribed to Netflix, and they would come, he'd get a list, and he'd pick from the list, and then he'd mail them back. I mean, it was a mail order thing. I remember that part, but I didn't know it was called Quickster. Or maybe it was just a division once they started streaming, huh?
Yeah.
Got you. Interesting.
Donald has a comment here. She says, overpriced and very limited, just saying. Yeah. Donald, I am going to withhold my comment. I had to help somebody with an Android the other day.
Oh my gosh. Everybody on this program who has an Apple, hold it up.
It wasn't a pleasant experience. I'm telling you, I was looking for stuff and I was trying to help them.
Separate app stores. That was crazy.
Huh?
Separate app stores. An app for just that phone and an app for
well, because the guy has a Samsung phone, he wanted to do some voice recordings. Now, on an Apple phone, the voice recorder is part of the phone. It's part
of the suite.
Yeah, it's the app. You just pull up the app.
It's there. Well, on his phone, I went to the Google Play Store to see if there was a voice recorder. All of the voice recorders in the Google Play Store had ads in app. There were ads in the app.
They're used to that.
App. You don't want to use the app, and there are ads popping up. And I was like, okay, I didn't want to do because that will confuse my client. They're like, oh my god,
But Android users, just to stop, they're used to that. They just ignore the ads, but we're not.
Really?
Yeah, Android users, yeah, they
just ads everywhere. And so but Samsung, who made the phone, had, if you went to Samsung and you pushed something on Samsung, he was able to get a voice recorder from Samsung that didn't come with ads. I was like, see, that's just too much work to go from here to here.
Research.
A voice recorder. It wasn't a
here's a
Preacher Kid, hey, how you doing?
Hey, how you doing, Brian?
He says all the newer models don't have the voice recorder as part of the device.
Is that on? Are you talking on Android or Apple? Because Apple has a voice recorder as part of it.
Okay, so now Donald's saying the opposite here.
Android has a built-in app for voice recording with no ad. Donald, we tried finding it. It was not on the. So we could. That's not our. Oh yeah. See, we could be wrong, but the preacher's kid said on Androids they don't put them on there anymore.
Mm-hmm.
Why, I don't know. It was just weird to me. I just want to pick up the phone and go. I don't want to try and figure stuff out. But anyway.
Yeah, all you gotta do is say, "Hey, record a message," and she does it.
Hey,
but see, Apple, we don't have to look for stuff with Apple. With the phone, I don't have to look for a thing. I can say, "Hey," and I'm not saying it because I got stuff that'll wake up, and I'll say, "Hey, record me a message, send a message." There's like 10 steps on Android. There's one on Apple, and plus, when you have an iPhone and iPad, a MacBook Pro, or whatever, they work seamlessly as one world. I don't have to figure out a thing. If I see something on my phone and I want to copy it, I copy it, and when I come back to sit down at my computer, I paste. I don't have to do anything. So that's why everyone loves the system so much. But on Android, you have to and Windows too, you have to figure out, do this, do that, Jimmy this, Jimmy that. With Apple, you have AirDrop. Just doop doop.
Oh, the AirDrop came in handy when you're at a Christmas party and you're taking pictures of people. Oh, send me that. Are you on Apple? Cool. Turn on your AirDrop, and you just push a button and it sends them the picture. I'm not having to get your text message.
Right.
Your
email. It's a funny story that's kind of entertainment based. For some reason, I don't know how, on Twitter or whatever, I found out Cardi B was showing, she got a house on Christmas, like it closed on Christmas Eve or something. So she was so excited as she was taking video with her phone, and she had like 10 videos. And one of the videos I heard her talking to the assistant, "Oh, how are you going to get these to upload?" And the assistant said AirDrop. And she said, "Okay." And she went about her business. So she was recording with her phone, and she was like, "Okay, how am I going to get it to my assistant so they can, upload from Instagram?" One word, AirDrop. And she was like, "Okay." And she went about a bit. So that's why, you talk about Apple and Android. There's always going to be the people that love Android. Great for you guys. And there's people going to love Apple because of the simplicity and the one world connectivity of it. That's the selling point. Yes, an Android phone, whatever it is, may have a better camera, but I'm not using my phone for the camera. I mean, I use the camera, but if I want to take professional photos like that, I'll buy me, a Canon, whatever, or, one of those types of cameras. But it takes a picture. That's all I care about.
Well, this new one, I was at an event and a friend asked me to use her phone to take the picture. There's a significant difference in this. Is it the 13? What is that you have, friend? Because she had the same kind with the 11 with the Razor. That picture was amazing, and she was standing in a window with lights in the back. That usually washes out a picture.
Right.
That camera just handled all of that, and I could still see her face. I could see all her features. I was like, this is amazing.
The latest iPhone, the iPhone 11 Pro, I think it is, they've increased the camera capabilities like that. Whereas before the 11, they were saying, oh, I forgot what it was, the Google Pixel or some.
I don't know.
Better pictures than the iPhone.
Yeah, now this took good pictures. This 10, but that 11.
Yeah.
If you wanted to do if you want to do really good pictures on iPhone and you want to shoot good video, the Pro is an excellent camera for doing
It was amazing.
The
I was like,
commercial,
wow.
Apple has the commercial where somebody shot a video or some artist
shot a complete video
on the phone.
Pro.
Yeah.
Wow.
So that argument doesn't fly anymore that says, okay, this Android phone has a better camera. That Apple completely said, okay, we got it, we got rid of that. So
and then to Donald's point about pricing, all the phones are over $1,000. I'm just gonna say it. All of them. Everybody, the Android people brought up their phone. Yeah, you can get one that's less, but you got 32 gigs. You're not doing anything with a 32 gig phone. You'll be out of picture space, out of app space, out of a lot of space at 32 gigs.
I'm not here to down Android. Android is great if you. I'm just saying that you take 10 steps in Android, you do one with Apple. I don't know what else to say.
In Apple, you do one.
Right. Yeah, it's just one step. And my mom, she was going to get an iPad or a tablet, an Android tablet, and I didn't want to be biased, so I said, "I tell you what, go and
try it."
Store was at Best Buy. Stand in the store and do the things that you would really want the tablet for. You want to get email, you want to find the camera, your pictures, and all of that. So she went and tried to find just to do those things. It was very difficult for her to find stuff on the Android. She went to the Apple. Oh, here's email. Oh, here's pictures. Oh, here's, and they were right there.
Yeah.
They weren't
one tap, whatever.
What is it? A search and maneuvers trying to find out, okay, where's the
navigation?
Oh my gosh, it was difficult. And we help a lot of clients who have Android, and they say, okay, show me where to find this on the phone. And I'm like, oh my gosh, now I got to come in here.
The other thing about having to buy, you don't have to buy the new phone. There's a 12 coming out. You don't have to buy the new Apple phone. You can get really good. You can still use a 6S or a 7 or 8. You don't have to get the new phone. Because people want the new phone. They sell their old phone. So someone who has an 8 who wants an 11, they're going to sell that 8. You pick it up for a song.
And so the 8, all of them, it still does everything that you needed to do. It interacts with all your other stuff, and it's still an 8. It works.
Because it's the operating system that you're looking for. So that's why I said, I think right now was it 6S was the oldest one that works on the new
on the 13 operating system.
Right. So then when the next one comes out, it'll probably be a 7 or 8. That is the minimum you get. So you don't have to buy the 11 Pro. You don't have to buy that. There's several lines of iPhones.
And you just update your software and you're still able to take part in the things that are on there. You just, your camera's not going to be like somebody else's.
With the iMac, you don't have to get the newest 29. You can get one 2015. You can get a MacBook Pro that's 2015. I don't know. I would have to check, but I'm saying 2015 because I think that was the last one I had. They worked fine, perfect. It did what I needed it to do, except for some of the video stuff. That's why I upgraded. But if you're not doing video editing, any kind of heavy lifting, you can get an older. I think I've read people still have like 2008, 2009 MacBook Pros and stuff. You just have to check and make sure that the new operating system or the updates will take on it. And that's easy to find just by going to the website.
I recently
I think my MacBook is older. I'm not sure what year it is.
It does what you wanted to
but
do.
I've had it for quite a while.
Yeah. So they're like remember it used to be, you buy a Honda, it lasted, it was forever. You get the resale value and all that. With cars, you get the good brand of car that you works well and reliable, and then when the resale value is there, that's what it is with Apple. So I mean, we don't want to turn this into the Apple versus
this is Android stuff.
Windows. No. And I'm just saying, I'll say the last thing I'll say. I worked in a Windows environment for years, and I knew all of the tricks and everything. And when I got the app, I was like, oh, I don't have to do any of that stuff. I don't have to remember all those steps. Whoo, that's just how it is. Because I was like, I'm never going to Apple, but we did it. Mm-hmm. Like the 10 steps that I had to remember for a Windows PC or Windows whatever, I didn't have to remember.
Mm-hmm. And I was kicked and dragged into the Apple store and have not turned back since. I really enjoyed the process, because when I had the Android, I had to learn how to take down the bio, bring it back up. If there was a virus, I had to
right.
put this in and do this.
And I think the good answer is, like Fran said, you go into the store and try the Apple, mm-hmm. try the Android, try the Windows PC, try the Mac. You can go into Best Buy and try it and see mm-hmm. what you like, and you buy that one. So everybody can be happy. We're not trying to sell anybody.
Now, what I do like in the world of computers is the Chromebook. Mm-hmm. If you don't want an Apple, get a Chromebook. Mm-hmm. Why? Because they're not prone to viruses and stuff that happen on the PC. If we have clients that are used to being on PC or whatever, we mm-hmm. tell them Chromebook. Just pay the $200, $300, $400, $500. Get a Chromebook. You can go in there. You can still do your Word, Microsoft Word, do all of your stuff. Mm-hmm. It's not based on an operating system. It runs on apps. Mm-hmm. So you mm-hmm. are going to be a lot better off with a lot less headache.
Yeah, because look, most people are going on the internet through the browser, checking the email or writing documents. And the Chromebook, well, you got the Google apps. Really easy mm-hmm. to use through the browser.
Right.
Simple.
And it's easy, and it's a lot less. You don't have so much. Like Terry said, you got to go in there, Control, Alt, Delete.
Yeah, a list of things that I had to remember as working in IT support and stuff it was in here, drilled in. Oh, do this, do it, that. And I would know it because I was like, I had to do it over and over. The steps, you have to remember, we had a knowledge base to put every solution in and all that. But with the Apple, it's like, okay, well, I don't have to do all that. So. That's it.
Mm-hmm. Chromebook, Apple.
Buy what you like.
Yeah, and do what works for you.
Yeah, that's the main thing.
I'm very. I need to get to the bottom line. I don't need to be jumping hoops and running around mountains and going under and stuff.
We call running around mountains.
Yeah, step 1, do this. Step 2, step 3, I'm like, I'm tired already.
Right. I just want to work. I don't want to have to think about what I need to do to get there. So what happened, TJ?
The year of I'll call it the year of Facebook. Definitely this year. I was just looking at something that was posted about. Remember Facebook dating?
Oh yeah. What happened
about that?
Let me see. So hold on, my little story is refreshing.
How's that going in the US? I know they started over in South America or somewhere.
Well,
and then they
mm-hmm. Well, this is the deal. They're saying they surveyed about 3,000 people in the US. They said 57% of the survey respondents hadn't heard of Facebook dating, while just 9% were using it. So it's not, nobody's using it.
Nobody's really running with it. And I wonder what the age group is. Look, I wonder what the age group is over there on Facebook dating.
Oh, it's probably because
does it cater to senior homes? Because that's the audience. People over 50, over 45, however level low you want to go. But it's not the millennials. I guess they need to put one over on Instagram if they want to catch that group. You know what I'm saying?
Well, yeah, but here's the kicker, and this is Facebook's problem all year. The survey company that did the survey, they said 50% of respondents didn't trust Facebook to keep their personal data safe on Facebook dating, while 27% were unsure and 23% trusted the network. So there's your problem. That's what Facebook's problem has been all year. Do you trust Facebook? And people are saying no. They use it because grandma's done it, or grandpa, or you want to see your cousin's baby, or your nephew got married, or what. You use it for that. But they're saying like, okay, we're not going to do dating. We're not going to give you. Facebook want to do cryptocurrency and money and Bitcoin. We're not doing that. A whole bunch of things that people said no to because Facebook, we can't trust you with our data. You did what you did. You didn't.
Okay, you know what? My nightmare would be for them to start a separate company and offer all these services, and we don't know that they're owned by Facebook.
Let's talk about that now. Remember, Facebook a couple of months ago did a rebranding, and they have a new logo, and they're calling themselves Facebook, the company that has Facebook the app, Instagram the app, WhatsApp the app, and Messenger the app. So Facebook is trying to do a Google. Remember, Google turned into Alphabet, the parent company, and so it owns Google and it owns YouTube and it owns it. So Facebook is trying to rebrand it, and people made fun of it because it's like, what? You Facebook. So they're Facebook the company now. When you talk about
really?
Facebook the app.
Excuse me.
Confusing, right?
It is. And it's so similar. It's like, was there really a change?
Ask anybody, Facebook, Facebook's a company? No, Facebook's an app is what they're going to tell you. So I don't know what Facebook is trying, but they've had privacy problems. The government came after them. What's the senator, not senator, the new representative, they call her AOC, I can't remember, but she really grilled him with her questions when he was before Congress. A bunch of people grilled them. Elizabeth Warren's coming after them to break them up, saying they're a monopoly. So Facebook is taking a lot of punches for privacy, rightly so. I'm not giving them a pass, right? So because they let Cambridge Analytica come in with this whole political ad mess and let them look at things that they weren't supposed to look at, or they turned their back. Well, who knows? Facebook is excuses, but it happened. They left the door open, and all of the stuff fell out. Like Pandora's box, all of the things.
All the stuff fell
all of the oops. And remember, Facebook had a problem with the database. They had a database of users, and it was unsecured, and hackers got access to that early this year, and a couple months ago it happened twice with a database of.
Wait a minute, wait, Donald. What is Donald?
Oh yeah, bring up Donald. Let's see what Donald was talking about here. So he says, I dated 3 women from Facebook dating. It didn't go well. They were all checking their Facebook pages while on our date. Well, there you have it. Somebody Facebook dating.
So I wanted to see how the app worked, and I started signing up, and I said, "Whoa, this is just way too much information." I'm not pushing to go on it.
You're right, Carolina. They ask you a couple questions.
Really personal stuff.
Stopped at one thing they asked for access to. I can't remember what it was. They wanted too much information.
Definitely.
Because I wanted to see what it was. I was like, well, let me go through.
Yeah, you know what I mean? Yeah.
They started asking for more stuff. Like,
and I'm just like,
I don't know if
whoa.
Something they asked for. I was like, whoa, I'm not doing it. Something they asked for, I can't remember.
They wanted to know about your pets, your habits. I mean, it was just really.
It was
an intense interrogation.
It was. I was like, no, I'm not even for research purposes. I'm going to give you this information. It's Facebook.
Yeah, I don't think they ask all of that when they give you clearance for government work.
You know? Yeah.
Yeah, too much information, Donald. That's right.
And I
Woo.
don't remember what it was, but it was some question they asked me, and I stopped and I said, "Whoa!"
You said,
I'm back. I was like, "No,
a bridge too far. Whoa.
why do you need that, Facebook? Why do you need to know that information?"
And who are you sharing? I know they want to match us up, but if we, I don't know. They say opposites attract. I mean, if we get so perfectly matched, won't that be the Stepford thing going? Well,
But why not? Facebook should let the Facebook dating, they want it to work. Don't ask so many questions in the beginning. Let it go through and let me match. Okay, you know, man looking for a woman looking for a man, whatever. Match that up, and by the other, you know, you want whatever age, you know, the things you ask.
mm-hmm.
Ask that, yes, but don't ask all of the stuff they were asking. I was like, why are you asking me that? You don't need that to match with someone. Match first, and then
Yes, and let's give me something for us to discover.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. So Facebook dating, also remember Facebook had the Cambridge Analytica stuff. Then they had the database breach of users' information, phone number, all of that was accessible by they said it was an internal thing for employees only, but I don't believe that. Then because they had the same breach that was earlier in 2019, and then they had one like a month ago. It was the same thing. The hackers got the information. So,
and have you noticed that we really don't ever find out about these breaches till 6 months, 4 years,
and remember,
whatever.
Getting data from minors. Was it in France? They were doing it somewhere. They were telling them to sign up for something. They were getting their email address, but without parents' permission because they're under 18. So Facebook got in trouble for that. The list is long.
Poor baby.
Young Gen Z doesn't want to be on it because grandma's on it or their mom's on it, dad's on it, so they don't want to be on it. They go to Instagram and TikTok, the big thing of 2019, the big app.
Yeah, they have really roared in terms of folks who've signed up for the app. It's amazing how quickly that caught on.
Yes, now TikTok has this thing because it's owned by a Chinese company. So they're trying to, I've read something about TikTok. What were they trying to do? They were trying to put a headquarters in the US, but you're still China owned. So,
this is about people who don't understand how this stuff works.
Right. And see why the China connection is so a big deal because they have a different system of government. So if the Chinese government wants to spy on you, they just say we want to spy on you, and the company says okay. They don't say no. They can't say no. So that means if you've given up your information to them, and if they want, and they're saying that, oh no, we're not going to do that. No, because the government works differently over there. So,
and we have such a wonderful relationship with them.
Yeah. So,
and it keeps improving every day. So
I think it's going to be a bigger deal because the government's going to make a bigger deal pointing out that TikTok has the company in China, based in China. So they're investigating that. I don't know how that's going to affect the teenagers that's signing up because they don't really care. They're not paying attention.
They're not trying to care.
That's going to be a big story in 22, talking about what's coming up next year. That's going to keep your eye on the TikTok China government, our government connection. That's going to be big.
I can't pronounce the name of the company, but I know exactly what you're talking about.
ByteDance? I think it's ByteDance. But that's going to be a big thing. The app is still going to grow. It's not going to stop the app from growing. But I think that there's going to be a deeper investigation. So we'll see what happens after they investigate. So, but TikTok is like the biggest app that's blowing up. Everybody's talking about it. Everybody's we talked about it a couple weeks ago. We talked about it several times. So at your will.
Donald says, I rock the TikTok. So are you Donald Brand 05, Donald, on TikTok?
Yeah, drop your TikTok username.
Drop your TikTok handle in there. We'll follow.
Handle in there. So that's a suggestion from me. I was saying that as a business, as a brand, go over there and stake your claim and get your account in your brand or your business name and hold on to it. Because if it becomes something where it, the cloudiness of the ownership gets cleared up and it grows even bigger, and you go over there and you want to get an account in your business or brand name and it's taken, then that's not where you want to be. So get it, hold on to it. And also there's another story, United what is it? UAE, United Arab Emirates. UAE had an app called TikTok. Was it TikTok? They spelled it differently, trying to confuse people who were looking for TikTok, the Chinese app. They were using their app. It was video messaging and stuff. They were using their app to spy on people.
Oh, wow.
This week. And it was called TikTok, but spelled differently. Let me pull it out real quick. It was called Talk Tick. No, it was called Talk Tick, I think.
Really?
Yeah. So it was UAE, United Arab Emirates countries. So they were using it to spy, and they said they were using it to spy. I think it was Talk Tick or TikTok or something. Let me look it up. Because I saw it on Yahoo Finance this week. And I know it's from the Arab. There it is. It's coming up. New York Times did a story on it about 5 days. Oh, it's TOTOK, 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 an Emirati messaging app that has been downloaded to millions of phones, is the latest escalation of a digital arms race, and they admitted to using it to spy on people who use the app. So it was supposed to be a easy and secure way to chat by video or text messaging with friends and family. But the TOTOK is a spy.
I see the article now.
You see it
in the New York Times?
Yes. So United Arab Emirates was trying to track every conversation, movement, relationship, appointment, sound, and image of all those who installed it on their phones. And it came out a couple months ago.
Wow.
So they called it TOTOK, trying to confuse people looking for TikTok. So if you didn't pay attention, you downloaded this. So it came out this week. So I thought that was really interesting.
It says here, TOTOK is no longer available on the Play Store.
Yeah, Apple took it off. Yeah, you can't download it now, but before they took it away, you could.
What a mess.
Yeah, so these are the things. These are the things I see as being big coming up this year. Is the TikTok? I'm going to call it a conundrum because people want to use it, but there's that China ownership thing. Then you got other governments, the UAE and other governments are trying to get on the popularity of TikTok, having apps that spy on you. And remember, a couple months ago, WhatsApp, they discovered an Israeli company was using it to spy on people through the camera. And that's
what?
Yeah, WhatsApp. That's when I deleted. I was like, oh, hackers. Done. Because there are other messaging apps out there. You don't have to use WhatsApp. You don't have to use Messenger. There's Signal, Telegram. There's a couple of them. But Telegram and Signal are the two top rated as far as being secure with the messaging, with the secure messaging. So, but WhatsApp is popular. So people go with popular versus is this safe? They go, it's popular.
Yeah, because everybody has it, so they know they can connect.
Right. Even though the stories have come out about them using the app to hack through your camera and do stuff, they still use it. So
people will brush off security for convenience.
Right.
Mhm.
And the other thing about the WhatsApp, you didn't have to use it. As long as it was on your phone, they can still hack your phone. You don't have to. It can, as long as it's on the phone, they can use it to hack. It's not the act of using WhatsApp.
Mhm.
It's the act of
Mhm.
having it on your phone. So think
Wow. So it can search through your phone whether you got it open or not.
So when you install an app, you allow certain permissions, the camera, the microphone, because that's how
Mhm.
they work. So
Yes.
I deleted it because I wasn't using it anyway. So I deleted it. Like,
And one of the other things is that the
happening?
same. I have Snapchat, but they won't let me do a change my image
Yeah.
because they want me to use Bitmoji.
Right.
Mhm.
I refuse to use Bitmoji.
Right. So see,
Mhm.
decide how you want to use it. Is it an app you really want to use? Think about it. But if it's, you don't want to really use it, you don't use it, don't take it off your phone. It removes this, frees up space on your phone. It's something you're not using. Just something to think about.
Mhm.
Privacy is the big thing going into next year. Privacy with Facebook. How much do you want to give them? The delete Facebook movement is growing and growing. People are like, they're getting off of it. So what to do?
Mhm.
I think they're aging out. You know what I mean? The
Yeah.
They are. They are.
people are like,
You know how they're drowning and they're grabbing on the other apps. So I'm going to see, they're probably going to try to buy whatever other popular app to, to hold on as a lifeline with the Gen Z and the millennial crowd. But I don't
So
know.
they buy up the competition.
I'm pretty sure they
Mhm.
want to make a bid for TikTok. I'm pretty sure they do.
Mhm.
right now, TikTok is maybe where a lot of people are going. Donald is over there, so I just
Mhm.
follow Donald with Biz Chicks.
Yeah.
And uh,
If your market, if you have anything that you have to hang on to, the youth group generation, advertising wise, whatever, that's where they are. They're still on Instagram, but they're slowly moving on to TikTok. So Facebook knows they have a youth problem. So they might be trying to buy
Mhm.
it right now, but can they buy it? I don't know.
well, you know what I learned about TikTok? You can do one thing pretty much, which is like kind of do the little short videos.
Mm-hmm.
There's not a confusion of
It's
videos
very
and
simple.
pictures and this and this and this and
Right.
stories. Not all of that stuff all swirling together.
Oh my
Right.
God.
Short video.
And it's simple. And you don't have to do anything. You open the app and a video plays and a video plays and a video plays and a video plays. There's nothing to do.
And
You don't
it's
have to do anything.
create your first short video. I'm like, oh,
So I'm going to say that the going forward with apps now, they have to be really
Mhm.
simple and intuitive. That's
Really, seriously.
is like it's not intuitive to people of a certain age, but to the youth, they knew what to do with it. So that's the cutoff with Snapchat. But the apps now, it has to be simple. Like see TikTok, you go in, the video plays, that you either like it, comment, and you just sit. It's you don't have to do too much to advance to the next thing.
It's entertainment.
And
And,
it's
and
entertainment.
yeah, and the other thing is, when they started Instagram, it was very simple. It was clean.
It was just
You
photos.
knew what you were there for, to look at pretty pictures.
Mhm.
Now there's so many buttons and messaging, and
Facebook did that. Facebook bought it and did all of that.
they just kept getting more and more convoluted. Now you open it up, you don't know where your eyes should go.
Everywhere. There's 4 different places. 4 different places to look at stuff in Instagram. And you gotta blame Facebook for that. Because they bought them and they did what they wanted to do.
so I just posted a video of us doing this show and Terry explaining about TikTok.
There you go.
Donald, so you can check that out. I can always delete it or whatever, but I'm like, we'll see.
And this is on the Biz Chick TikTok. So yeah, that's what you need to do. If you're not ready to use TikTok and you go, oh, it's a bunch of dancing kids and teenagers doing silly stuff. wait it out, because that's
Mhm.
where Facebook started, with college kids doing stuff.
Yeah.
And remember MySpace? MySpace started out with teenagers doing silly stuff. So it's just a matter of playing a waiting game. While you're waiting, get your account, sit it out. When TikTok does ads, then you might want to jump on that with an ad, but you don't have to make content for it unless you're ready. And it doesn't have to be dancing teenagers and the things they do when the lip sync. That's what they're doing. You come on and do what you do. If it's talking, I have to find the account with the lady who's a nurse that she talks about health things, and her channel is big. She's got millions of followers, and she's just simply talking about health issues for teenagers.
Mm-hmm.
Dancing.
I like this because I just put up your little presentation. It's keeping something simple or whatever, and it just talked about TikTok and keeping stuff simple and how TikTok works, and it's all in a little 15-second snippet.
Right, and see,
I like it.
And go in and I can remix that on TikTok. Like you can take other people's video. That's where you get the side by side lip sync stuff. You can take somebody's TikTok video. It holds the the ownership of it to the person, but you can take it and do a side by side or do different things. But you can remix the video and put it on your TikTok. That's the popularity of it. People are taking things that other people have done and they dance side by side, or they remix it, or they do funny stuff or stickers or all kind of effects is what they're doing with it.
Yep, Donald just liked our video.
See? So let me go. But that's the thing. You're not going to get away from TikTok. Don't go, oh, more. You're talking about, everybody's talking about TikTok. I'm sick of it. There's going to be more of it in 2020 because it's getting bigger. So what can I say?
This is pretty interesting. This is simple because it's not clogged up.
Right.
See, with a lot of buttons and stuff. Like what?
Oh, there it is. Yeah. See, that's it. That's all you do. You do what you do. Don't worry about, well, I can't do the dancing and the lip syncing, but that's for the kids, the teenagers to do. They're having fun with it. That's what they're doing. But you don't do what they're doing. You do what you do. Like Terry can go on and talk about fabrics. Why I use this fabric versus that fabric. And like the thing I always remember you saying about the Italian silk versus who I didn't know there was different from different countries or whatever. So those are kind of things that she could go on and talk about on TikTok or on Facebook or Instagram, wherever. Doesn't have to be TikTok. You need to talk about what you need to talk about and what you know. The people will come to you when they're ready to hear what you have to say and to discover you through search or hashtags on Instagram. Or you post it on Twitter and they come over from Twitter, or you post it on Facebook and they say, well, where are you? And they go to wherever you are. There's no circle of discoverability anymore. It's more of a wheel with spokes on it, and you're in the center, and it could come from anywhere. Google, your website, Twitter, Instagram, TikTok, Pinterest, LinkedIn. It all comes back. If you've got a website, it'll all come back to you, back to home. So you got to figure out what is your home. And your home should not be Facebook. It should not be LinkedIn. It should be the thing that you pay for and you own it. Your website. Your email list. Okay? So
I can see
about that.
I can see you doing little social media tips and stuff, just doing a little 15-second video and just posting it up and just doing stuff,
And don't think you got to rush out and post stuff you don't have to rush out and post anywhere. Take your time to think about, I'm going to do a series on, like Fran just said, about social media tips, and just think about being short and sweet and just consistently putting them out, just like breadcrumbs. That's what you're doing. So you don't get into the FOMO and I'm missing TikTok, and you want to rush out and just do what you see. Just take your time, relax, and go, well, what do I talk about? What do I know? Let me put it into a 15-second video. Let me put it into a 30-second video for Instagram. Let me do a minute on Instagram. Let me do a minute, 3 minutes on Facebook. You see what I'm saying? Just take the time. There's no rush. There's more stuff coming. More than TikTok. There'll be whatever the next app is. But there will always be where you have a system, a strategy, a plan. And that will carry you. Not the FOMO and the fear and the algorithm. No, forget about that. Forget it. The lights going away on Facebook and Instagram. Forget about that. Do what you do. And be good at it. That's the key, dude. That's the key. And then Donald says it's fun because, he didn't finish. He says it's fun because you can utilize, he said. What's the rest of your comment, Donald?
I just thought it was that was just interesting.
Mm-hmm. So that's what you do. Relax, and you don't have to, with a teenager, you don't do what they're doing. Gen Z, no, you don't do what they're doing. Because they're going to do this and the next thing, because you can look back and see, I started with MySpace and something else before MySpace. I'm trying to remember, Friend Feed or something. It always comes in waves like that. Facebook is maturing. So, really maturing. So, it's a good thing if that is your audience. It's great. Facebook is graying. That's great if that's your audience. It's great because you can stay there. But if your audience,
article on that, TJ.
Yeah, I will. I just thought about it. The graying of Facebook. I'm gonna write about that because it's like people can't. There's a thing coming. I think I read this in the New York Times also about the hashtag delete Facebook is coming. It's rising back up. Like it's a thing that it died down this year and then now it's coming back up. So people are concerned about it. But there will be something new, is what I'm trying to say.
We just don't know what it is because whoever's coming up new is gonna have to, bring a different game to the table.
Mm-hmm.
And
a simplified game,
right?
And things are cyclical. For all we know, they may just go back to something that they've already done that was simple to understand and use.
Yes.
Uncomplicated.
Just be ready is what I'm saying. Be ready. That's why you're here watching us today and every day that we're on. Watch, because we want you to be ready. We don't want you to be blindsided and say, well, I didn't know that was coming or what. We're telling you what to do with TikTok. You hear lots of people talking about it, online gurus and the experts, and there's lots of articles on different websites. Don't get upset. Just calmly go over, get the app, get your account, put it down, and go back and do what you're doing until you're ready to figure out what to put on.
I got a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
So TikTok is pretty much like stories.
Yes.
It's just a story, but it doesn't have all of the extra stuff that comes around stories on Instagram.
Right. Exactly.
It's just a story.
And I said earlier about Facebook messing up Instagram by putting we were talking the other day about there's like 4 more updates for the stories.
Stop.
There's so many things in there. What do you use? And there is a study, I have to find it about, you give people too many choices, they choose none. They choose to walk away. Have you thought about that? They choose to walk away.
Like, I can't.
A confused mind.
Yes, we just said it about the next app.
Will not make a decision.
The more choices we have, the more we won't make a choice. That's just how human nature and the human mind is. It's overwhelmed. So we shut down and go, okay, I can do this. And you don't want that. You don't want that. So don't throw the kitchen sink at people. Well, it's like your tree, your Christmas tree, you got to put all of these things. No, keep it. Things and it falls over.
It's like the kids decorated the Christmas tree this year. I didn't touch it, but stuff was all in one place. Because I got a 5-year-old and a 10-year-old. And their reach is only so high. And so
You put too much stuff, it falls over. The cat, if you got a cat, the cat jumps on it and it's crashed.
Hilarious. Oh my goodness. And people came in, oh, your tree is so gorgeous. I'm like, okay, thank you.
Jerry says it's easier for the younger generation to use. I'm thinking she's talking about stories.
About stories or TikTok?
Or Facebook. Might be Facebook because they got a lot of stuff going on over there.
Yeah, the younger generation is over there. And so now that I got the revelation that TikTok is like a story, it's easier to do stories over on
Vine. Remember Vine? Or remember we used, and people like Vine, and Twitter got rid of it for some reason. I don't know why. This is like the second coming of Vine, where Twitter was trying to bring back their own Vine, calling it, I forgot what they were going to call it. Something with a B word. I forgot what word.
Bite?
What
happened to?
Bring it back.
Yeah.
It was fine. So the Vine people used to 15-second videos or 6 seconds?
Yes,
it was short. So it became a thing. A short video became a thing. So now you took away Vine and people are like, okay, I don't really like stories. Here's TikTok. So they're using it for that.
So I just okay, that little story that we had, I can send it to our Instagram page as a story.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
I had no idea.
You can share it on Instagram, Facebook, stories, Snapchat. You can share it everywhere.
Yep, and I just to our story. So now TJ teaching us on
how to use TikTok.
That. It's I thought that was easy. I didn't have a bunch of
wonderfulness.
See? And Donald, I'm following Donald. I found him when he liked the video on Bitch Chick. So now I'm following Donald. See what he's doing.
So Jerry was talking about TikTok was easier to use for the younger generation. Yeah, because they kept it simple. That's right, Jerry.
First of all, let's spell this right for her.
It's TIK.
TOK.
I'm sorry, TI, isn't it?
TIK.
Take the C's out. You're welcome, Jerry. Take the C's out. Yeah, there you go. They took the C's out.
Mm-hmm.
And then you had the UAE that did the toe talk.
That's why I said, let me spell this correctly so she doesn't.
See, because if you don't have it straight, you'll go in there and download something like this. What is this? You have to be careful when you're looking for the app. So it's TikTok, but we'll take out the C's if you're spelling it the way take out the C, talk, take out the C. But it's going to be bigger for 2020. Let's say for 2020 is TikTok's going to be privacy. There's going to be other couple of things. And it's because we're changing the end of the decade. We're changing the way we're going to do social media. We're changing the way we're going to do marketing. We're changing the way we're going to do business online. Just be ready. Don't get settled into one. Don't get comfortable and settled into one thing. Be ready for, keep your eye on what's coming. Get familiar with it and then just say, okay, I don't have to deal with it right now. Just get familiar with it.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, she said, my granddaughter's using, TikTok. Yes, the kids are using TikTok. They are.
But that doesn't mean we can't come out and play it.
We can't come, because once you know how it is, the house party, the adults come in and they are, the party's over, and they move the party down the street or somewhere else. That's what they'll do.
Mm-hmm.
That's what they'll do. They did that with Facebook. They did that with MySpace. They moved the party. So there you go.
This was a good conversation today. I think we went out.
Yeah, the end of the year, the end of the decade. These are the things we talked about, and now we're gonna, for next week, we're gonna talk about what's 2020, the new year.
Alrighty. Wow, I can't believe it's over already.
Yeah,
Christmas came so quickly. Whoa.
Yes.
So we'll be here Monday with coffee thoughts, tea, and all that kind of good stuff coming on and conversations on Monday. We want to remind you that we do have an event coming up for women like me.
Yep.
And that's in January 20th of 2020. So to help you get focused. So if you're looking for a way to sign up for that event, just go to the website that's scrolling across the bottom. In addition,
we got first Monday coming up on January.
Oh my gosh, first Monday. Yes.
January. What is it though?
I don't know. Let me look at my calendar for misspeak. It's going to be
I'll pull up
January 5th.
Yep.
Yeah, that's Monday. No, the 6th.
That's Sunday, January 6th.
January 6th. That's the Monday.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Yes. So January 6th will be celebrating the first Monday of 2020. And we look forward to seeing you there at season 52 if you're in the Sacramento area. One day I expect to be surprised to look up and see TJ walking through the door from New York City.
Oh, yeah.
I would not be surprised.
Show up and
too funny. But we're looking forward to that day. And in the meantime, I want to remind everybody, do we have any other announcements before I?
Nope,
okay. If not, don't forget to go to the front of your own line. Have a great day. We'll see you Monday. Bye-bye.